you doing, sir? It's Lieutenant DeRose of New Jersey State Police. How are you today?
I've been better.
Well, I'm calling to follow up. I work with the Official Corrections South Unit, and I was getting some information from some of my personnel that have spoken to you. I know you spoke to one of my sergeants, Detective Sergeant Gillespie, referenced some allegations, and I went through everything thoroughly with him, and also another member that had interviewed you earlier on other allegations.
Who's that?
I'm sorry, who's that?
Yeah, who else interviewed me?
Sergeant Cherney that went out and spoke to you on another related matter regarding HOA fraud, possibly, with housing.
Oh, well, Gillespie was with him.
That was a while back.
Yeah, Gillespie was with him at that time, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to follow up to find out what exactly is going on. So I'm going through everything, and just so you know, we take every allegation seriously, but we stick to the allegations, see if it can lead into a criminal investigation. And we either prove or disprove, because that's what our office does.
Right.
I have total faith in the personnel that are working underneath me to do their due diligence, which each and every one of them do.
Right.
And if you're telling me that, they listened to you, they sat down and spoke to you on the phone, in person, emails, everything. We take every little nook and cranny and we look at it. And we either develop a case that can be legally investigated, and we do that, or if it's a lot of times it's information that we can't open up an investigation, a criminal investigation. We're not allowed to. For example, it could be administrative, or it could be something that wouldn't, permit us to open a criminal investigation. So I know you've been corresponding with Sergeant Gillespie. He's out of the office today. I'm sure. I know you called earlier. I wanted to follow up with you to find out what exactly,
Well, let's put it this way. Right now.
What exactly would you like us to do?
Okay, all right. I heard you said. So here's the situation. We provided with Gillespie, came to our house, and with facts of everything. He states why he's there, and I have nothing, no ill will towards, Ryan at all. He came out and, but there's a lot of delays and there's a lot of corruption going on, so we don't know where it stops and it begins. But long story short, there's really been no issue with Ryan up to this point until the other day. And because when he was at the house, he did make a statement to us that, he doesn't know a lot of the laws with what we're talking about, which has been weighing on us, but we figured we'll give him a shot. Maybe he'll get somebody else involved and they'll figure it out. The other day, so that all going on, my wife and I, she's an ex-paralegal, we write a lot of stuff to the judges because we're fighting them because what's going on is illegal. There's been...
All right, why do you backtrack?
So back in 2004... All
right, hold on one second.
Go ahead.
Can I call you Jason?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Jason, why don't you backtrack a little bit? I understand some of the backstory talking to my sergeant earlier, the other day about everything that's happening. Just give me a brief synopsis. I don't, need to get in the whole minute. Just
sure.
The nuts and bolts is what I need.
Gotcha. All right. So I have Ocean County is completely conflicted, the entire vicinage, and that includes the prosecutor's office. I have Monmouth County, the same situation. Everything got consolidated down for 3 counties down to Atlantic County for recovery court. In December of 2021, I was forced to plead out to Judge Waldman for 2 counties, leaving Ocean County out yet again. I was just prior to that, I was also forced to plead out in Monmouth County for the same charge first, which breaks the law and everything there. So you're moving forward. 2021 of December, I get forced to plead out. I had no choice. I can get to the details of it another time and give you the bolts of everything right now. And then they were supposed to come back 4 weeks after that, and everything's documented and recorded, and come back to revisit the Ocean County thing to see if they got discovery. Well, instead of that happening after December of 2021, 4 weeks came and went, and no court date happened. Then a couple months went by as I'm trying to contact somebody. Nobody's calling me. And I finally one day in around, I want to say, maybe March or April, I get a call from a public defender saying, yeah, Jason, they brought him back to Ocean County. I told them file motions, this and that. They didn't. I'm trying to figure out why, what's going on, this and that. So I'm being told all this BS back and forth, fighting them now over this, and they're dragging me in front of a Judge DeLore, who's a trial judge. There's never been a motion. There's never been an order. There's never nothing. He legally has no jurisdiction. There's no jurisdiction. Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know where. Somebody just drove by and like it picked up on a friggin' like an earpiece or something. Where was I? So, all right. So
Judge DeLore has the case now. Your criminal case.
He's the presiding judge. Yes, he's the presiding judge. He does trials. So we went from me in recovery court, which is all in order and everything else, to me going into a trial, and I'm fighting with them. They give me a pool attorney because I had to fire my other attorneys. Then I have right now charges against Deputy Defender Scott Sherwood because they were playing around, not wanting to give me my discovery. On June 1st, I go down and get my discovery because my public defender said, no, they have my discovery. Then we go down and get it. This is after 2 years. And I go in there and he's running his mouth to me. And I started recording before I went in the building, because I've had other issues with him and the state office in Trenton. I've been defrauded by them. I've been told I have recordings of the health director there telling me he's the head head defender there. When come to find out now, it was Russo and Krikora are. So I was defrauded by this guy. They wouldn't do reports over the last 2 years of this guy, Scott Sherwood, giving me problems. Again, he's the deputy defender in Atlantic County. So I record him every time I go there because there's always something. So I'm sitting there nice and respectful and waiting for the secretary to bring stuff out. He comes out. What are you here for, Jason? I'm here for my stuff. Why? Because my stuff, well, you'll see Lauren Monday in court. I go, no, she's not my attorney anymore. What do you mean she's not your attorney? She's not my attorney anymore. I'm going pro se. You can't go pro se. I go, Scott, stop. Anybody can. And he goes, you know what the fuck you're talking about. I go, you know what? Get out of my face.
Well, Jason, I get all that. But once again, okay, let's get to what the allegations of corruption. So I filed charge.
Now, that's all administrative stuff. That could be clerical. That's all stuff with the administrative office of the courts, which you can actually go through them and file a complaint against the judiciary if you want.
I did, and you know what? The false report to the police officer went missing.
Jason, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Yep.
So there's protocol that you have to follow with them. And if you have to resubmit paperwork, then you resubmit it. You keep your copies. You resubmit and file the paperwork accordingly. That does not fall under our jurisdiction. We have no authority over those matters.
Okay, fair enough. So then, so now they give me.
And I'm going to let you continue, but once again, there has to be an angle of corruption.
Okay.
And if you look up,
I got you.
Your significant other in your life was a paralegal. You look up the statute. Is any public or elected official that gains a benefit for themselves or for another. That's the statute in which we have to prove. Okay?
Right. Well, the benefit with deputy right now and charges keep missing and so on and so forth. I'll leave that out, but the benefit is him keeping his job and two cops trying to coerce me to file different charges numerous times when I had to go back and do it. So, but I'll leave that out. I certainly don't. I'm not even really interested in bothering with the cops. I'm not. I want to keep adding shit to this.
Well, Jason, what are the allegations? That's what I need.
All right. So long story short, they give me a pool attorney. All right. I go with her before I meet her. I'll keep going forward. So I meet with her for 4 hours. She does everything here doesn't belong, blah, blah, throw it out, record the whole thing. Then we're fighting back and forth, and they're trying to arraign me. I said, you're not arraigning me. I don't know why we're here. We just want this thrown out, so I go back to recovery court, and that's it. So my wife, Oprah's, the Ocean County Taylor Toscano's emails, personal emails, because when Judge Waldman gave me the new pool attorney, she's a certified state criminal attorney. She shows up on record at the same day. And I'm like, what is she doing here? She doesn't belong. She's conflicted out. Oh, the Lynn Heyer, the prosecutor, Your Honor, let me back in the case. What? So then as we're going through all this, my attorney out of the blue going from dismissing everything to offer me a deal that was completely unethical. But fast forward, we get these Oprah emails. The Taylor Toscano is in these emails talking to my attorney, new attorney before I ever met her, the attorney with public defender, the attorney with Atlantic County. She's conversing with him. My wife also did an email log. and it's showing emails deleted out of the system. It's showing, like a headline with, Jason Samaritano, and then the email is missing. Then all the other emails show her colluding with the judges behind the scenes. One of them showing that Judge DeLore sent an order back with my charges to be indicted in Ocean County only and bring it back to Atlantic County. At the time, the order states she's not allowed to be here. On the record, she validates me by saying she was allowed back into the case by Lynn Heyer of Atlantic County. And then she went and in these emails, we found she's been deceiving Emily R. Anderson, the deputy of the AG. The whole time, every single person has only went off of what Taylor Toscano's word, no proof, telling them that I've been refusing this to plead out, and telling everybody that the only drug court, because I wound up having to sue the state, in Ocean County, that's where the conflict stems from too. But because I sued them and I won, that's where the conflict came from. She said it was only against recovery court. It's not true. There's criminal, employees for, the criminal aspect of things in that. And that's why it was put down as the entire vicinage by Judge Marlene Lynch Ford. She also put it down without grounds, but then we pushed her and she put grounds on there. So here we are moving forward. I'm going in front of a judge who's now put an arrest warrant out for me 2 times.
But pause for a second.
Sure.
Pause for a second, okay? The judicial system, right? You're talking about Superior Court judges. You're talking about other people who work for the judicial system. You're talking about attorneys, all with Juris Doctorate degrees, most of them, right? All of them that can practice legally law, pass the state bar exam. I mean, there's a lot of legalese in there, and not for nothing, it sounds like you're kind of representing yourself. Do you know every aspect of the law?
I do. Because we've spoken to an attorney. So do me a favor. Let's not talk about what I do or do not know knowledge-wise. Let's talk about the facts. To try to go that direction, you just told me to not talk about this and that because it doesn't really, you guys can't really do anything. Well, you can't make a judgment call on what I do and do not know. So let's stay on track here. I just gave you facts. Because it gets better. Wait, it gets better because one of your officers called me, and right now we have one of your officers that impersonated another officer on recording.
Jason,
what?
Hold on for a second. One of your officers? I'm with the New Jersey State Police.
I know. One of the state police, yeah, I got called from Internal Affairs, and they even validated it, and it's all recorded. I even spoke to them this morning. Varga? All right, so only a couple.
Who?
Lieutenant Varga? Part of the Internal Affairs.
Okay, he give you a badge number?
Yeah, but it was all jumbled. My wife has it because I sent her the recording. I have the number, yeah. And I had a call from him today too because I was calling up and complaining.
Okay.
So let me just finish this. So I go through all this. Let me take a deep breath.
Can you just do me a favor?
What's up?
I'm talking to you very calmly.
Yeah.
I would expect the same from you very calmly. I know that you're very passionate about this.
I just said I'm going to take a breather and calm down. I literally was just saying that to you.
Listen, Jason, I know that you're very passionate. Okay? You have a lot of involvement in this because it's affecting you. And this has a negative impact on you, obviously.
Yeah, it's called prison.
With the court system, and it's frustrating. I get all that. But I need to be able to get through the weeds here with you to find out what if there's anything corruption-related matter we can move on, because right now there's nothing.
No, well, here's...
That's why you're hearing...
All right, so I put on... So I have it, okay. So we also gave... All right, so Judge Stanson on 7/6/2020 released me from jail. He did an order. I was in front of him while I was still in jail, let me out that day on conditions for recovery court. All dated, signed, and everything. We have a copy. We supplied it to Ryan. Then we have now with the conflicts that are going on in Ocean County, they kept me on conditions, like having to see a probation officer call once a month in Ocean County. I kept complaining, like, I'm on recovery court. So all of a sudden they change it finally at the end of, I got like a month left on this thing. They change it, and all of a sudden Judge Waldman takes the same order with his name on it, dated 7/6/2020. It states that he released me. It's got a date up top. It says 3/11/2022, and it's signed by him. And then the charges are showing indicted. the same charges that are indicted were the illegal charges that were indicted in 2022 of February, March, and April with Taylor Toscano. So Judge Waldman took an order, which we're not sure why yet, put his name on it, took Sanson's name off on it, signed it, and put the Ocean County charges on it with indictments next to it, like they were already indicted. That's a court document that he forged. He completely changed. We have it. It's signed.
I don't necessarily agree that that's forging a document. The judge, a Superior Court judge in the state of New Jersey, has authorization to do certain things. Not that.
He's not authorized to take off what's on record, what happened factually with Judge Sanson, to take him off.
I think you have to take into account, and everything with COVID, how the judicial system, especially in New Jersey, is trying to rebound back to coming fully, sustainable back online. I mean,
what's that have to do with him forging and signing a document and changing what the charges were? I mean, listen, right now, I got to say this. You wanted me to come and try to talk to you. I am. Every time I come up with something, you come up with an excuse for it. Well, that's a direct violation of my rights, civil rights. He forged the document.
You're dealing with a lot right now, and I understand that. We deal with factual information.
That's factual. That's factual. How is it? Tell me. Oh, my God.
If you're going to keep talking on me, it's a one-way conversation. I can't get the information out to you. I'm trying as much as I can to help you.
I know, but I want factual information. It's based off how the law works. The law doesn't work that way. There is no ignorance of the law. This judge signed it. This judge altered it. This judge put his name on it and it's dated, and Judge Sanson's name is the one who's on it. And when Judge Sanson signed this and released me into recovery court, okay, he was still the judge on there for 5 months. So where does the judge get?
He took a document and signed it. It was in front of him. So what did
no, he didn't. Yes.
What did he do?
Yes, his name, Sanson's name's not on it anymore. It's Judge Waldman's name.
Hey, so it's a new document. They transfer judges. They do that all the time.
No, that's not how this works. It states on the document clearly that he's the one who released me that day. He did not. That's a lie. So listen, you want me to come and you don't even want to give me the benefit. You come in with excuses. All right, so let's just pass it now. So now I'm fighting with Judge Blee because we've written to him, and he doesn't even respond. Jalori is ignoring all of it. I have an email from the team leader, which is Jason Wertzberger, who states, we don't have any documentation that I asked him for, waivers, motions, or anything to say where he had the jurisdiction to take me from one thing to another. But the law states that they'd have to go to the assignment judge that originally did the order. They'd have to have me in the court and do the order. They'd have to have my permission. I had to sign a waiver. We had to go all in front of a judge. None of this was done. And guess when it was done? This was done the same month, on the 29th of December in 2021, that they pled me out. Because in all these emails, you have the colluding by Taylor Toscano with the judges going back and forth about how to get me, how to bring me. She wants to put me in prison. So instead of her just doing what she has to by getting the discovery together, which under the law I'm allowed to have before I plead out in full, she's behind the scenes with Judge Jalori. He just signs an order and says, send him back to Ocean County. Nobody knew this. We know now because we opened her emails and we have them. That's factual. So now we're putting pressure on the judges because they're putting arrest warrants out on me. Court date after court date. And then we're tracking because I wound up the hospital bleeding out my ass on one. I'm going to have a heart attack the next one. And now they wanted to make it like I got out of the hospital last Monday and then Thursday wanted me in court. I said, no, that's not enough time. And I said, listen, these indictments were supposed to be indicted 14 days after, per the law, after you are arraigned 14 days after you indict somebody. And look at where we're at now. That's 10 times past that date. So we tell the judges that,
Are these all in-person meetings with the court, in front of the judge, or is it all?
It's been all Zoom.
Online?
It's been all Zoom, but now he's been trying to pressure me to come down there, and it's not happening. He's got no jurisdiction. We have sent him the laws. We've sent him so many emails. Now I sent him something with.
But I'm just trying to understand. Did they transfer your case from one jurisdiction to the other because they could have been short-staffed with judges?
No. They took me from I was supposed to just go and plead out to recovery court, and that's it, to all of a sudden I've been fighting for the past year to get myself out of a trial. They have no grounds. There's no paperwork. And that's what I'm trying to tell Ryan. There's no paper trail. There's nothing. I have the email from 3 weeks ago. We don't have any of that. Well, then what the fuck do you have me in this? What are you doing to me? If you don't believe what I'm telling you, then explain this. I write an email to him, non-threatening. I put in 3 sections of the letter. This is a legal notice. I do all my business legally, per the laws, non-threatening. Now I have a David Foote. I have a David Foote call me out of nowhere, and he deals with threatening letters, this and that, and he goes, I just want to.
Let me backtrack, Jason. Let me backtrack. So,
okay.
The court that had your initial charges, right?
Yeah.
All the charges, you're going to go to drug court, correct?
Correct. Consolidating down to Atlantic County because of the conflict.
Somehow that got switched up, right?
Well,
is what I'm gathering.
Well, no.
Got switched up, and now they changed the jurisdiction from what, Ocean?
No. Ocean County and Monmouth County got sent down to Atlantic County because of conflicts in those counties. Ocean County, it's the entire vicinage was conflicted.
Yep, I got it.
Okay, so during this time, all of a sudden, out of the blue, I get a call from my pool attorney from Monmouth.
Did they tell you why they were conflicted? Both Ocean and Monmouth? Did they tell you why?
Well, yeah, because of the lawsuit I won against them back in 2016. Now Monmouth is because their drug court judge was a prosecutor on my case back in, I think, 1998.
Right, so he has to recuse himself.
Correct. Now, here's the other thing. We just won a case, pro se. Unfortunately, we had to go pro se with that HOA thing. But we were kept in front of a judge for a year, okay? And he was the prosecutor on a criminal case that got thrown out. But he was the criminal attorney. For a year, he kept us in front of us, wouldn't recuse himself. We had to finally get a change of venue out of there. And it's been a fight no matter what we do.
So those other charges that, they changed the vicinage from Monmouth and Ocean down to
correct, Atlantic County.
Flies in front of DeRose. Okay.
Correct. Well, no, it's supposed to be in front of Judge Waldman.
Oh, have you gone in front of that judge yet?
I've been in front of Judge Waldman. I got a month left on recovery court. Not one issue have they ever had for me. I'm always respectful and do what I got to do.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. We've been waiting for 2 years now in discovery from Taylor Toscano, and the judge actually had given me 3 adjournments because of discovery issues. But then on December of 2021, he said, Jason, you didn't plead out, you're not. I'm like, Your Honor, we're waiting a discovery. It's not me. And we tried to do a lack of prosecution. He wouldn't hear it.
What discovery, if you don't mind me asking, what discovery are you specifically requesting?
Well, discovery for all the cases with all the information you're supposed to have. And to prove that she was holding on to things, we have an official that actually in these emails told Taylor Toscano she's out of her jurisdiction, and it states 2 of these charges here are not what the judge has in the order. This is what we knew was going on.
Discovery still.
Correct. And
so who did you apply discovery to? You did an open request for discovery?
No, the judge. So when you have to plead out, you're supposed to have all your discovery. That comes first. And
you're representing yourself. You have an attorney.
No. I've had a public defender the whole time. And
they never got the discovery?
No, and I have emails and phone conversations, and so when this happened, the judge said, "Well, Jason, you're either going to plead out next time, or we're going to take this all apart." I said, "Your Honor, if you take this all apart, what do I do from there?" He goes, "You'll have to go to the street and da-da-da-da." I said, "Well, Your Honor, that's the problem. In August, I got dragged back into Monmouth County out of jurisdiction and was forced in. I have all the facts of it and the proof. They said they will not accept the recovery court if I don't plead out to the charges there. That's all breaking the law, but it doesn't matter. So I had to do that. They forced me into it, and then I'm in front of Judge Waldman that last time, and I tell him, and he explains everything to me. I go, "Well, Your Honor, I'm going to go to prison if I plead out." And he said, I'm boxed in here. You just explained how it works, and that's not what's going on. Well,
you reassigned a new public defender?
Oh, yeah. I've had 4 or 5 now. Yep.
So you have one currently representing you now?
Joe Swift, but I fired him because he was supposed to get in touch with me within 5 days.
You don't have any attorneys representing?
No, I fired him, and the judge has been forcing him on me. No matter what, I tried to call him at the last part, and he wouldn't do anything.
attorneys, then the problem is that who knows what the first, second, third, and fourth.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's the discovery process.
But here's the thing.
And you apply direct for your own discovery. I mean, if you're kind of representing yourself at this point, is my question to you.
Right now, yeah, but I was represented the entire time.
But you're not now.
Well, no, the judge is not letting me get rid of him. He keeps forcing down my throat. And this is the reason why when we went to the AG.
They have a lot of jurisprudence. They have a lot of authority within their court.
Well, I gave everything. My wife gave everything in a letter with the proof and the emails to the AG, because Taylor Toscano, once
they put you on pause right there, because you and I were talking about the administrative office of the courts, right? They have their own process, and you said you filed a complaint through them. Have you followed up with the ACJC?
Yep.
That is the.
We've done everything.
Judicial contact.
Yes, we've done everything, and we don't get.
I'm telling you, with the court, it's constant. I know you're fighting a constant battle, but this is administrative stuff that's constant. And I know you live in Ocean County, or where do you live?
Ocean County.
Exactly. To come down to Atlantic back and forth, it stinks.
Well, I do it. I do what I gotta do.
But that is something you gotta follow. This is all administrative stuff. The emails that you got, the correspondence between different judges, the different. Well,
no, the emails show collusion. She's been conspiring with so many people. She's been conspiring with Darcy. She was trying to get Judge Darcy to do these orders, and she didn't. And then the entire time she's been in collusion. I mean, once you read the emails, she's been.
That's the thing that the ACJC, if you go through a complaint with them and include that information.
We did.
Review board. Did you send them everything and follow up with them?
Yeah, and you know what? We've also done ethics and everything else. You know what? Judiciary came back and said we don't see anything right in front of your face. Facts. I mean, you can't get away from it. It's not because I wanted to be facts. They're facts.
Call them?
I've called them. We've sent them letters. The ethics. We have a complaint out for attorneys, and it's just still floating around. It's got to be like 5 months.
Did you talk to Candace Moody, Maureen Bowman, Daniel Burns?
My wife has been talking to these people. I talk to so many people, but listen, before we get off track, let me finish this last part here. So now I write this email.
I apologize. I only have 10 more minutes.
All right. Okay. So I write this email to these 3 judges, like I always write emails, non-threatening, and then one of your officers, David Foote, calls me. As far as I'm concerned, that's who it is right now. And he's shaking me down because he's like, I need to know if what you wrote in the letter is what you meant. I'm like, what letter? The one I'm calling you. I go, you're the one who read the letter. What's in the letter? That was a setup right there, first of all, because he never went into what the letter said or anything else. I said, where are you from? He tells me he deals with threatening letters and that. I go, so you're saying and implying that my letter's threatening? No, not at all. 3 times he specifically, crystal clear, told me, no. Not at all. There's nothing threatening that letter. I go, well, why are you calling me? Well, the judges, they wanted me to tell you how you can go to the AG. And I go, what? I go, why are you calling me at 6 o'clock at night to tell me? I go, I don't need your help. I don't. It's a joke at the AG, but the judges have you call me? I said, which is it? It's about a threatening letter. That's what you do. Why didn't you just tell the judges? I can't do anything about it. I can't call this guy. There's nothing threatening here. You just told me 3 times. And then I'm like, I go, let me ask you something. Are you doing a report? This long pause. Yeah, I'm doing a report. Okay. Are you on duty right now? Because I can see it's a cell phone number. Yeah, I'm on duty right now. I'm like, so wait. And then now he hung.
I'm not getting into
Wait, he hung up. This is all part of the judges.
Jason?
So then he hangs up, and then find out your guy calls me yesterday and today, and he tells me, this is Lieutenant Varga, and tells me that it wasn't Foote, it was somebody else. So now your guy Varga won't tell me who it is, because I said I need to file charges because he impersonated another officer. It's all on recording. And you telling me you don't want to hear it, this is all part of it. Why do you think judges are protecting themselves with troopers that are impersonating other troopers? And you want me to stay calm, but you want me to be calm with you and talk to you, but you're telling me you don't want to hear this. This is part of it. So what's your answer to that?
I'm not yelling at you.
Well, then stop telling me you don't want to talk about it when it's part of them, specifically a part of the judges.
I want to stick to the allegations that you came to.
Those are the allegations. That's where we are. That's part of this. And I told Gillespie about this too. And instead, Gillespie told me he can't see anything in the report. And there he goes.
I need you to calm down because now you're getting fired up, okay?
Well, then stop telling. I can calm down. I'll calm down, and you stop telling me you're not going to hear the whole allegations.
In fact.
What's that?
I'm calling you because.
Oh, well, thank you for your presence. I love it. I love the fact that you're telling me how I'm wrong and do I have this, and you're defending every aspect of it instead of hearing and writing things down and looking into them because they're factual.
I am writing stuff down, and I am trying to.
So why don't you
get you in a certain spot where you can make contact, but you're already telling me you're doing all this stuff. It is constant feedback to go back to the administrative office of the court. The court system is not perfect. You know that. You're going through the process.
So a judge forging a letter, taking another judge's name off it and change.
It's forged.
Because I have both of them. What else do you want to call it?
Did you take it to court with you? Did you give it to any of your 4 attorneys? Did you give it to any of the 3 judges? Did you show anyone in the judicial?
Why do you think that? Why do you think I have you guys involved? Because all that stuff we've already put in writing to Gillespie. Maybe read the file. You'll see what we've written to him. What we've written to Gillespie, and when he came to our house, we told him, I got the recordings of him at my house, and we told him outright, this is the stuff going on. And now you're going to question me all over again about, did we do this and that? Yes, we did. We've been on point.
Because I have to get the facts from you.
Why don't you ask? Yeah, but you know, it's all in a report. We've all told him this. And I wouldn't be calling you or getting you guys involved if the judges were doing, listen.
It leads to a criminal investigation, that's why.
It does lead to it leads. Okay. So what about a letter that let's start off with one thing. Let's talk and start off with one thing. So
I'm going to end this conversation.
Why is that?
Number one.
I'm not upset. I just said to you, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Listen, I'm calming down and I'm trying to say to you, you just don't want to answer it. You just don't want to answer it. A judge took another judge's name off a document, a legal document that has got a time frame on it. Listen to you. Oh my God. You know, when this goes in front of a jury, I will make sure you're added to it because what's going on here, I'm taking this to a federal level and I hope you are enjoying yourself because you are just like the rest of them. You didn't listen. You want to tell me what's right and wrong. Clearly you're not when you tell me it's okay for a judge and you have every excuse in the book for him, how a judge is allowed to change. No, it's administrative. No, a judge cannot take another judge's name off an order that's been there for a reason when that judge did the action. Stop telling me bullshit. I'm not playing your game. So you're either going to do your job or you're not going to fucking do your job. I'm sick of your shit and telling me and talking over me and everything else. Every time I calm down, you just look to rile me up. There's no conversation. You just want to keep deflecting what's going on. And then you don't want to talk about the judges. You don't want to talk about what your officer did. We have an impersonating officer. Really? That's not part of it? Yes or no? Is that part of it?
I don't know.
I just told you 3 judges that are involved in all our allegations had one of your officers impersonate another officer. I'm going to be calm and you're going to not listen to me? Bullshit. Understand that. You can stay quiet all you want. When you want to have a good conversation, call me back. Have a wonderful day. We're done.